Bada bada. Do I have some voice? I do. Do. Go live. Select stream. Already selected stream, my friend. Launch day 1. Yes. You can delay a bunch of stuff. I don't know what the hell that means. Oh, YouTube. How much I love you. Why's my camera look so shoddy when I look at my screen? Let's see if I'm actually live. Gonna get copyright strikes because I'm an awesome singer. Ah, crap, I'm on the wrong account. Switch. Jabber. Me. Go to my channel. Am I live? If I'm live and you're watching me do my pre-game setup here, I am so sorry because I randomly sing. And it's not good singing, so deal with it. All right. I think I am. Okay, sweet. I am just doing some pre-stream setup, so bear with the bear, to use a great pun here. Oh, let me tell the guild. Would like to apply, but name isn't working. Guild is blah, 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 blah. John Persona. Fuzzy, you're live a bit early. Yes. Yes, I am. I'm doing some pre-game setup here. I'm actually in the game. But I was just talking with the guild. Hey, Monarch. Talking with the guild. We got like, I don't know, 4 or 5 slots left. And so I'm just checking the Discord because I'm only currently taking applications from the Discord, just to be fair. And I've got 4 spots that are being reserved because 2 had to leave their guild to get in the guild, so that's a 24-hour cooldown. 1 is like, I don't know, 10 minutes from level 20. And then there's 1 more that's a friend of mine from my Sword of Convallaria days. And so Riku, I'm giving him a shot. But that means I do have just a couple of guild slots left. So if you are interested in joining my guild, applications are still open. In a community post on my YouTube is a link to Bladesifer. If you know him, he's another Persona content creator. A link to his Discord. I'm hosting my guild from his Discord rather than starting my own. So you can pop in over there and I will, let me drop the link in the chat. Hold on a second. And I will take a look. So hold on. And now I'm getting like 15 direct messages. Guys, don't DM me the request, please, only because I can't keep track of it. Love you all, but it's going to be easier if I manage it from the actual Discord. Let me get you guys a link. Hold on. Invite and or send a server invite link to a friend. Copy. There you go. Okay, so let me get back to my YouTube. Not my YouTube, my OBS, because I can speak. And then, turn that down. Is my voice coming through loud enough? Do you guys need me to turn it up, turn it down? Do I need to progress a certain point? You have to be level 20, and then there is a quest. It's one of the blue quests. I can't show you because I already did mine. Why is my camera bugging out over here? Hold on. Let me see if I can't fix some of my resource problems here. It's like abysmal something or other, but you have to, it's like a, I don't know, 3-minute quest. It's super quick. So I'm just closing out everything I possibly can because for some reason the stream is being slow on my camera. Not that you're probably as worried about my face as you are the gameplay. I'm actually going to close my Discord as well. So that will free up some space. But yeah, level 20, do that abysmal, whatever the heck it's called. And then it will allow you to apply. I cannot, well, at least I can't find a way. I've never managed guild in this game before. I can't find a way to send invites. And so the way I'm accepting invites is on a first come, first serve basis. You have to be in that Discord. You have to send the message. I have a application page. I don't know if you want to call it that. I basically have an application page, and you just put your username and your user ID in there. It helps if you send me a friend request so I know that we're connected. Friend request in game. And then you just search for the guild, and then you'll find us. I got a couple spots left. So yeah, not many left. People have been applying all day, but it's this. It'll open this Companio thing. As a matter of fact, I need to check because I know a couple more people have been applying. So like I'll give you a note here. Like I don't know who this is, and so I'm holding it for the rest of the day in case they pop in Discord and say, yo, that's me, and they give me their ID, which I'm not going to flash on screen because I don't want someone to be like, no, that's really me. But if I don't know who you are, then I'm not accepting just random requests in game. You've got to hit me up on the guild chat and Discord. And part of the reason I'm doing that, just so you're aware, is that way I can centralize discussions with the guild. And so it just helps me because I can promise you I'm not going to pay attention to chat in game that much. I should. I'm not going to. So I manage it through Discord. It's just easier for me. But if you're looking for the guild, after you make that application, it's not an application. You just go into like the Discord and like tell me in that thread that you want to be part of the guild. This is the guild. If you're trying to search for it, that is the name, Bearpocalypse. I'm not creative. That's the best I could think of. I hope you guys like that name. Alex is in the guild. What are you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing okay there, friend. Glad to see you in the stream. So who wants to see account progress? Which is probably not as much as a lot of other people. Why is my camera so freezy right now? Hold on. I want to try a different camera setting. This game should not be taking that much resources off me. 1080 30. That is normal. Oh, I do not feel like dealing with all these settings right now, so I'm not going to. Is there activity? So the big guild thing is it's like a guild boss. So if you come in here, there's like a portal somewhere. Let me go exploring. All right, so do you see this portal kind of towards the back of the screen? That there, let me turn this down, sorry. It's like super loud in my headset. That portal is Guild Boss. You can also get there from Mementos, like if you go to your Mementos menu. I don't actually know if we have a Guild Boss open yet. We do not. Oh, no, it is. It's this right here, which you have to be level 40. So the way Guild Boss works, it's just fights. And basically, you're going for score. And your guild is ranked based on your total score. Now, that said, you can actually do a solo. So you can open your own guild, or you can actually, I think they made a change. I'm not sure if it came to global. That you can fight the guild boss at level 40, as it says, by yourself and still get like the gem rewards. So it's not like super punishing or anything like that. And there's really not like a ton going on with guilds. Maybe in the future they'll do more. But that's kind of all it is right now. So it's more, I guess, a place to have fun. And then it's also a place to kind of accumulate your guild score and get those rewards. I do want to try one other setting. What if I switch this to windowed? See if this breaks. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. All right, is my camera better now, or does it still hate life? What's up, Goto? Showtime Doc, man, my friend. How are you? Roberto. Oh, my God, I haven't seen you in forever. Roberto, are you playing? You better be playing. You know you love this game. Whether you say you love it or not, you better be playing it. Okay, I can't tell if my camera sucks right now. I'm sorry. I haven't streamed in a while, but usually I stream off the KR account. I don't have an issue with the camera. I don't know what's going on. You guys get a nice little funny bear dance there. Displays are good. You know what? I bet if I drop the resolution down, because I'm trying to stream in 1080. All right, now we'll switch back to full screen. Don't you love OBS? I'm such a noob over here. Like, you'd think that I haven't streamed for like 100 hours in my life, but I have. And I just can't get the computer. Yeah, see, that looks better. It had to be the 1080. So you guys have to take a lower resolution today. Oh, Swank, what's up, man? Yeah, Berto, if you're playing, guild applications open, but we're running low on space, friend. All right, so let me show you some account progress. I am level 23. I played when the servers opened last night until midnight, which for me is late, hence the gray beard. And then I got up at 5 to start recording that video I gave on the shop guide. And because I also had meetings in Europe, I wasn't physically in Europe, with some of my European partners today. So I'm rocking some low sleep. I'm going to probably streaming until midnight tonight. I've got a couple hours now. Then we have dinner with the kids and the wife, and then I'll come back. So there's going to be 2 different streams today. But I'm not as, progressed as a lot of people. Plus I worked all day today, short of trying to manage the guild. And I have, if you want to see my polls, I've saved some. I'm going to do them here in a little bit. I'm going to let some more people filter in. 3 copies of Fleuret. Nice. Yowling I want, Swank. So I'll show you where I pulled from because I think that's more fun. So in here, you can see I've done 40 of the 50. I have enough. I'm waiting to do my last pull. I'm not going to pick my special reward. So I'm not going to pick, the one of these 3 until after I'm done pulling for Joker, because with the exception of one time when I embarrassed Showtime Doctor, who's in the chat, in a pull-off battle, I'm probably going to lose the pity. It's just my luck. And I got to tell you guys a story. So Showtime Doc and I are friends. And we used to play sort of Convolare together, and we did like live streams. And so he was hosting a live stream, and there was this new character that came out that I was not going to pull on. I had no interest. They looked cool, but I didn't care. And so we go on to do the pulls, and I'm like, you know what? Just for the sake of Doc, I'm going to pop in and I'm going to throw a pull down. Pulled it in one. Oh, do you remember that, Doc? That was like what the hell is the character's name? It was that ice chick. At 20 of 80. Yeah, dude. So yeah, guys, this one here, I've already done 3 pulls and I haven't obviously gotten him yet, but I will be. I will be chasing him down. So that's what I've pulled from. And what I have gotten from that, and I'm mixed about this. It's good and it's bad. I've got on already at A1. So basically, what happened here, sorry, A1, I'm like showing you the wrong part of the screen, like I don't know how to play the game that I make content on. But on her A1, on that beginner select banner, I got her back to back. So I got her in like the 20 and then the 30 range. So yay, A, I don't have to use my selector. B, she's A1, not mad at that. So that's a good pull. Do you want to see the other full 4 stars I got? I got a flipping copy of Closer, who I'm only really going to use in the first palace. I did get a copy of Cattle. It's good and it's bad. I'm one of the few people that probably doesn't love Cattle, but he does pair really well with On, so I'll take it. I did get a Puppet. So now I've got both of the Navis, because this Navi you get just by playing the game. I did get Fleuret, and I think I got a copy of him. Yeah, so I've got him at A1. I unfortunately pulled Tomoko, who I am never going to build. I'm all about play your favorites, if you haven't figured that out. And if you play her because she's your favorite, have fun. I cannot justify building her in a team. And I got a flipping copy of Mont, who isn't terrible, but I'm like, could I please get any one of these others? Like, what I really, really, really want is flipping Leo. He's awesome. He pairs so well with Ryuji. And I would take Key, whatever they call him in this game now. What is his name? We call him Key. I don't care. He is fantastic with On. So if I can 4-star into these 2, I will be so happy. And then I would love to pull a Rand for the Joker team. Like, if I get that going, like, that is the dream start. But you see what I have now. Nice Ducky. Ducky's been sitting on the table in our guild hall. So yeah, whatever there, sir. Simona, that's right. You win the 50-50 when you don't want the characters. Exactly. It's the gacha luck. Yeah, they call it streamer luck, but if you watch like my Valentine's Day video for KR, I definitely lost some 50-50s, and then I lost so many weapon 50-50s. So that's my pull so far. Contract, I finished step 1. I'll finish step 2 here in like 10 minutes when I jump back in the palace. I'm working step 3. So this is coming along. And you get to pick another. So no matter what, I'll have all 3. Because I'll get one more from the beginner selector, and then I can get one more here. So I'm solid on these 3. Don't have to worry. And if you don't know, now you know. When you finish plan 2, which is going to take you a while, you get to pick one of their 5 stars. So somebody was asking me in Discord today, should I use my free 4-star weapon on? And my personal opinion is no, because I'm going to use her 5-star here. So why waste the 4-star when I know I'm going to come get her 5-star? So I'll probably do, Ryuji's or actually I'll probably do Ryuji's, because Morgana's, you get a free, fully duped out 4-star. So there's no reason for me to buy that one either. So that's kind of how I'll treat that one. Your Pulak was trash in sort of Convallaria. Yes, it was, Doc. Uh, Fuzzy, you got On and Morgana. Very nice. 3 copies of Fleuret and Yowling with 30 contracts. Yes, that is a good account. So here's the thing with those characters. Fleuret is still usable in the endgame today. He's the best 4-star from a damage dealing perspective. You do have to build teams around him later on, but he's going to be one of your better damage dealers early. Yaoling, so I believe we're talking about Rin. Let me double check because I suck with names. Yaoling. No, that's... Yeah. So this is Joker's best friend. This is part of what makes Joker as good as he is right now. She enhances his curse damage and then puts defense down on enemies. So she's really good. I really want to pull her. So yes, I personally, if I pulled a Yao Ling, I would not re-roll because you can get on in different ways. Yao Ling, you're going to pull her or you're not going to pull her. That's your luck. All right, so that's what I've done there. Content-wise, I've cleared out all the side missions I can, and I'm getting ready to go back into the palace. And then for Lamentos, I've done all that I can on this first path, which is like almost nothing. And then I have already cleared out all the personas for floor 1 and floor 2. I've got copies of all of them, and I've already max leveled Succubus. Succubus is my go-to early game persona. You can start running personas at 21, just in case you were wondering. Is it worth getting on to 83? Do not chase duplicates on standards is going to be my blanket statement there. You're going to pull duplicates, especially early game, more often because there's less characters in the pool. So standards are not worth chasing duplicates pretty much ever, in my opinion. It's more the question of, do you want that greater width in your roster? I think what people aren't thinking about is this. So you have Sea of Souls, which I'll eventually open up, and Velvet Trials. And so, these aren't open yet, but this is like fire damage, curse damage, one of them's ice damage, I forget which one. And then if you look here, you have to clear all of these to get the last thing you need to give your final power upgrade to Wonder. But if you look at these teams, this one requires lightning and fire. This one requires fire, ice, or nuke. This one requires curse. So the more characters you have that can cover these, the less you have to rely on Wonder. And if you want to beat these, you really want to do weakness damage. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do this one right here. I'll show you what I mean. So this one calls for fire and lightning weakness. It just so happens right now I've got on. So by the way, if you friend me in the game, my ID is down at the bottom here. You can use my on in battles where you're allowed to use friends. And I have lightning, I have fire. So now I can hit weakness damage. I, however, am going to switch this to curse. And the reason I'm switching to the curse is for crits. But, okay, so, oh, no. Oh, I hate being on, okay, thank God. I hate being on auto in these moves. So check out up here. Deal weakness, all out attacks times 4. This is how you boost your score in this mode. Now, your first few stages are not very hard. You want to win within a certain amount of actions. So you want to balance doing enough damage to clear that second thing while doing enough weakness damage. And then just don't die. The last thing is always don't die. So I'm going to come in here. Hey, Zovalis, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone who's joined in, by the way. So right now, you can see they're all weak to lightning, and then a couple will be weak to fire. And you notice there's a couple shields. So I only knocked down 2 of them because these guys have shields, which means I have to hit them more than once. And so what I can do here is find someone who can cover their weakness. Oh, and look at this. I can choose this. I'm going to show you guys a setting for this later because they defaulted to where you don't get to pick your all out or your follow-up attacks. So they're weak to fire. I can throw Lufel in there. Cattle, the hell they call him. He's going to knock her down. And then I can switch over. And now I can hit it again with Motoa. And boom. Now you see that keep flashing and I'm boosting my score. This is why you want width. Because I could right now boost on up in one, well, probably not one shot, but maybe 2 shot this stage. And I won't get the 3 stars. So think about that perspective of this game. It's more about that than it is 1 or 2 hella good DPS characters. Like on my KR account, to give you an example, my favorite character to play, it's probably a tie between Haru and Violet. One is AoE Psy, one is single target Bless. Violet is completely shut down in Bless resistant fights, period. So she is an absolute monster in damage. It's absolutely irrelevant though when you get shut down. So I have to bring someone else, right? So think about it from that perspective. Failed on stage 6 because it was fire, ice weakness, didn't have many options. Exactly. Early game, you can sub in personas to do some of it for you. And that's where you're not going to do a lot of damage, but you're going for score. So it's kind of like, it's okay, right? So earlier stages here in Velvet Trials, not Joker, I always confuse it, Wonder. And then later on, you're going to get a Navi. I don't want to give you story spoilers, but you're going to get a Navi that can help with that. And you'll know what I mean when you get there in the story. Do your thing, gal. I will do my best, guys, to keep up on chat, but forgive me if I miss something. So throw me an @ if I screw up. Do they have shock on them? Shock. They don't have shock. Get this back on. So yeah, look at my score. 38. I got to get to 50. So now I need to finish them off before I run out of turns, which I just did. There's Puppet, by the way. Check out my score. So that score is mostly boosted by the fact that I was hitting those weaknesses. Not so much that I finished it quickly. That helps. It's huge. But don't die, hit weakness. That's the name of this game. Day and night do anything. The only thing day and night does is changes your city availability. So let me show you what I mean by that. So if I go back all the way out and you go to city, so like right now I've done all the after school missions I can. So let me switch this over. Boom, boom. Okay. So now when I go into my city, your options up here can change based on day and night. And the other thing, have you guys seen how to pick your favorite confidants for a time slot? I don't care. I'm going to show you anyways. So your confidants, I've only got 3 open right now. Do you see up top here, this hand thing? I can choose who's available where. So right now I have it set that when there's a confidant, it's more likely that Merope will be there in the evening. In the daytime, once I open up these 2 confidants, I can choose which one I want in that slot. So you'll never see Merope at night. You'll never see Closer at night. And so that's really the only big thing that you have to think about for day and night. Otherwise, legitimately, it'll just pass the time to the next day if it's anything worthwhile. But that's really it, my friend. What else did I do today? Well, today, last night, whatever. I showed you my pulls. Oh, my teams. So I did, for the sake of the book, you can see she's level 20, 20, 20, 20. This is all just to rank up the book. And then some of them have 20 or level 30 weapons. I unlocked a ton of, I unlocked every persona that I could, but, and this comes with having not been in the early game in a long time, you can only put so many points in until you get to a certain level. So I've done as much as I can at this point. The good news is, and this was in my video, but they did it here too, where you don't have to go down the tree to get to these. You used to have to do that, I swear to God. And so now you can just put them here. So, you know, guide revision, if you will, focus your points here first, and then focus these 2 down first, and then this guy. You don't have to go down your trees to get here anymore. Super helpful. Okay, and then, friends, let me show you the setting. Okay, so all that attacks, if you don't change the setting, what ends up happening is it will automatically pick your baton pass, which it just sucks sometimes. So battle, I want to say, is where this is at. No, this is control, sorry. Somewhere in here. Battle settings, yes. Auto select one more target, churn that off. Just shut that down. Because if you have it on, if you saw during the one mores, I was switching targets. By default, you can't do that. So turn this off. It's the stupidest setting in the game. They should default that to off. Level 2 teams worth of people. You want to mainly focus on your first team and then start going to your second one. I will spread around a little bit more, but that comes with the knowledge of what's to come in the game itself. But my only real advice is don't get too heavy investing in Tomoko. She sucks until you get her summer version. I'm sorry. I'm usually like to play anybody, but I really can't justify her. So that's my only, like, don't do it. But You can focus on a couple supports, like you can level up your free healer or Morgana, and then you want to think about, do I have a AoE DPS, a single target DPS? Those help a lot. And then yeah, don't try to push everybody to 50 right away. You'll run out of material. So you kind of have to balance between the two concepts. Oh, also, if you're just doing the story, this is a gacha game, Agent, but it kind of feels like a single player MMORPG, as oxymoron as that is. It's just a lot of stuff to do. You have to get keys to open this. I craft them right after they open the workbench. You can buy the materials at the secondhand shop where LeBlanc is at, and then you don't have to leave and come back. So you can see I already crafted 5. Again, benefits of having played this before. All right, what do we need to do? We need to clear this palace out. Let's see if there's any stuff to break. Yep. Get all these free things, guys. It gets annoying, but I tend to hit this Q button a lot to do my site because it'll highlight everything you can interact with. And when it highlights it, oh, sweet, got a map. When it highlights it, you know, that's something you can either break or like a treasure chest you can interact with, and you get a lot of soul gems this way. Does anyone know if the welcome pass is for phone created accounts or goes away after some condition is met? The welcome, Martin, what do you mean by the welcome pass? Do you mean the... Actually, I'll just let you answer the question. Is it a gacha game, Agent? It is a gacha game, but don't let that scare you. You can do the entire thing free to play. I've played the game completely free to play on the career server for months and months and months now, and it feels absolutely fine free to play. And all the story, all the content, all the modes, that is all 100% free. You do not have to spend a dime at all to play all the content. It's really just if you want limited time characters, which you're going to get so many pull currencies over the course and span of this game that you'll have plenty of chances to pull quite a few of them. By the way, if I'm skipping through text really fast, it's because I actually speed read. So the $25 one, the 25 welcome pass, $25. Oh, this is a one-time purchase as far as I'm, yeah, purchase one. So when you create your account, I can't show this to you because it's going to reveal one of my personal emails. But if you buy this, when you are on your account screen, you can link your account. And so I play on my iPhone, and then this is the Google Play version, download or whatever you call it. And so I have the link account set. I have my Apple ID on my phone set, and then I have my Gmail set. So that's how you can swap back and forth between devices. And your question was, does it go away after some condition is met? I think if just as long as you buy it. Let me see, did it have a time limit? Some of these have a time. Yeah, so this ends in 3 days, friend. So from the time you create your account, you have 3 days to purchase this. But can I tell you something? I would not purchase this. Gold tickets or standard draws, you're going to get tons of those. And this one, a lot of people are confused. You do not get to pick. This is random. So you could pull any one of these and you have no control over this. So I think that's crap, if I'm going to be honest about it. But, you know, you do you. I'm not going to get mad at anybody for spending their own money. That's not my business. But me personally, I think that's a shitty value. If you could have picked which 5-star and it was like $15, I might have seen more of an argument for it. I might have thought about picking it up for Rin if that was the case. Where does it want me to go? This way. Jump. By the way, I don't 100% the palace on the first go. I progress the story through the palace and then I come back later. So if it looks like I'm skipping a bunch of stuff, that's actually fairly intentional. Just because so many things open up in the story that I kind of want to get things unlocked. Southern Gym. Friends, what else? I know you got some questions. I can hopefully help you with as many of them as possible, except for using the right door. I'm like spinning around, not going where I need to go. Okay. Focus on strength. Okay, move a bin. The puzzles in this game are so unnecessary. Oh, I was just watching your Fusion guy. Oh, the one from a long time ago or the new one? Yeah. So Fusion isn't too bad. Basically, you want to get off this crate. You want to unlock every single persona you can as early as you can to A, just have options, although I don't really level that many of the early ones, and B, because you want to, while talking and playing at the same time and doing Telebot, B, you want to get those points for Wonder to build his skill tree up as you can. So it's important to open them. And then like you just pick your favorites. Like right now I can only equip 2 personas. So Yanisic and Succubus are my go-to, because like you just saw, Succubus gave her Rebellion, which is crit up. And so it just makes you that much stronger. And then when you fuse, you don't have to focus on this too much early, but eventually what you do is you basically burn personas, duplicate personas, to try to get their skills and then put those skills on whatever persona you're trying to push that into to make them better. What's the best use of stamina right now? Okay, so best use of stamina before you're level 21. It doesn't really matter. You're going to get to 21 so quick. But come on, dude. Come up here. But I did the materials for breakthrough on your level and your weapon. There's 2 things you should look at. In the beginner book, where you get missions, which I can show you in a second, some of the missions are like, go do this stage. So just do that. You get that stage done in the book. And then at level 21, you will have step 1 and step 2 of the personas available to you. Make sure you have them all. Just burn your stamina there. And then basically every time you hit a level 10 bucket, if you will, so like when he hits level 30, I'll do this again, my stamina will be exclusively focused on unlocking personas I have yet to unlock, again, because of his skill points. That's kind of how, yeah, so this is the contracts. I'll show you what I mean. So this is going to say Clear Awakening, Phantom Thief. One of these is you have to do, yeah, so Realm of Repression is like the, where you do your dailies or your stamina use. And then in step 2, one of these, yeah, so this is Pursuit of Honor. You have to do Gear Forging. You have to do, and so just to get past and claim these, it's going to force you, if you want the rewards, which you should, to go and do those stages. So check your book first at level 21, focus on your personas, and then every block of 10, go clear whatever personas you can just to get those skill points. I have one. How long does it take to complete the event P5 Plowless? Palace? And do I want to rush going into it ASAP, or is it cool to wait? Yeah, it's I have to go. I'll check here once I get to a better stopping spot, but I don't know if any of the rewards in the first one are time gated. When the other ones open, because they kind of just go through most of the Persona story. They'll have some rewards that are limited time, but I have to see if that is included on this first one as well. You don't have to rush it, but I'd also say it doesn't take that long. Even if you are going through it and reading the story like I'm doing, it's really not that bad. So you don't have to rush it, but I don't think I'd put it off forever. It also has really good rewards. For example, in the shop, you can get some limited pull tickets. You can get some good materials. And then in the shop, you can spend the thief coins that you get to get a 4-star weapon from Morgana fully duplicated out. So it's where you end up getting that. The palace bosses are no joke. Do you mean like the main palace bosses, Doc? The thing with the main palace bosses, so you guys are aware, is they do have mechanics. It's not that the mechanics are like the most difficult things to ever come into an RPG, but you know, for example, in particular, the second palace, I'm not going to tell you the story aspect of it, but in the second palace, there's a particular mechanic that if you pay attention and you know it, it basically nullifies an entire phase. And if you try to plow through it, you have a good chance of wiping yourself. In this palace, there is also a particular moment, and I think phase 3. I don't remember, phase 2 or 3, that he can do a devastating attack. Again, I don't want to get too spoilery here, but same thing. If you're not paying attention to the mechanics, he can absolutely try to wipe you. Haven't been allowed to play for the last hour. Logging in too quickly. Huh. Robot, I don't think I've ever seen that actual error before. I think you're going to push to level 35 and just power up a little, you get wrecked. I don't remember if the palace bosses have the level scaling. Some modes do. I legitimately can't remember if the palace bosses do. But it's Persona. It wants you to debilitate the enemy. It wants you to strengthen yourself. That's, you know, the core mechanic of this game. And that's why, like, in my team guide, I talk so much about synergies. And when I do, like, character guides, I try to give you some synergies because they matter. Like, when you're in a harder fight, they really do matter. And it's not that you can't brute force. You can absolutely brute force certain things. But if you just go in and think about the mechanics, you tend to do a lot better. Now, Robot, what system are you on? Are you doing iOS, Steam? What's your poison of choice there? If you think you're going to push to level 5, yeah, it'll work. It seems odd to me that Palace bosses are level gated. To send a COD, Mentos ones aren't. Why can't I challenge level 44 boss? Ali, it's honestly, and I'm not saying I agree with this, but it's honestly a very common gacha mechanic to force you into doing other content. Again, I don't necessarily agree with it. Gotcha. Okay, Robot. Do you have the option to play on something else? My curiosity here, friend, is do you have the ability to test on another system, basically, and see, like, is it just Steam or is it Steam and your phone, so i.e. your whole account? How is my draw luck so far? So I have not used my full beginner banner. I have one more pull I can do, which I'm saving for this specific stream. I was waiting for there to be, a few people in here just to get some people the enjoyment of watching me fail a 50-50 or whatever I'm on. But in the process, I've done 40 pulls on the beginner select, and I've gotten 2 ons out of it. So I'm not mad about that. Unfortunately, on my 4 stars, I have not gotten Leo or Leon. I forget which way they're calling him in global version. And I have not gotten, oh, my brain just died. I'm missing Ram, but she's a 5-star. Who is the other 4-star I'm thinking of? It'll come to me. But there's a couple others. And I ended up getting 2 copies of Fleuret, 4-star, 2 copies of Mont, an additional copy of Closer and Cattle, and I got Puppet. So it's honestly not terrible. It really isn't. And look, you can make like basically any team work in this game, so I'm ultimately not that worried about it. Best with on, yes, I use Succubus because Succubus will boost your crit. And so her critting with her fire damage is never bad. And until, oh god, is it level 30? Might be level 30. Until a certain point, you can't equip a 3rd persona anyways. And so for me, I keep Yanosek, because you're going to get the stuff to make him more powerful early on. And then like I said, I personally like Succubus. And when you first run the Succubus stage, you tend to get 2 or 3 copies of her. And so you can level her, then do the breakthrough on her, and then level her and get her right to her max level. Like basically for using like 40 stamina, which is freaking awesome. I will probably have Succubus in my team for a very long time. Although I think I would have to look it up. You could look up Bladesifer if you know who that is, and you should know who that is. He has an early Persona guide, and he knows offhand one of the early Personas. Can I not just walk through this? Am I missing something? He knows one of the early Personas that is like kind of after Succubus, but also has crit skills. Mostly, I'm just a little bit lazy and don't feel like reading every single Persona, and Succubus is fine. Plus, Succubus is curse damage, which can be helpful. Oh, and Lunic, if you want, I do have a full AND guide already released on my channel. So I did Joker, and I did the 3 beginner selects. So on Morgana Ryuji, I tried to get those out before servers went live. So please, if you want, feel free. No pressure, of course. I do this as a hobby for fun. I'm not here for a full-time job, so I won't take offense if somebody doesn't watch one of my videos and I don't get the 0.4 cents in AdSense revenue. It's not paying the bills. I'm not worried about it. Getting network error code. I have not. So far, every single thing I've seen in Discord about issues with the game has been on Steam. Now that could just be, observational bias here, but I have not heard anyone complain about phones. I have not heard anybody complain about the Google launcher, which is what I'm using right now. So again, could be just bias, could be that I'm not sitting on Discord all day. I'm trying to keep an eye and answer questions when I can. But yeah, it's all seemed to have been related to Steam thus far. Bam. Oh, by the way, if you're doing your books, guys, you are going to level so much faster. And like, look at this one. I get a free 4-star weapon. So, I don't know that this is a beginner mistake tip or whatever you want to call it, but like here you can level up beyond a sick. This is why it gets so powerful so fast. Also got a free copy of Liana Side. In here, 4-star weapon selector. There's a lot of like really potent stuff in this book. Not to mention you get to pick one of the 5 stars. So do your books. Do your books. Nani. And this is why I made block picks early, by the way. I hate going back and forth. Tried Google Beta 2, but I'm getting the same. Lightning, are you running a VPN? Or are you running just native in whatever country, etc., that you are residing in? Yeah, I just play mouse and keyboard, so I can't really comment on controllers. Verify. Yeah, do try to verify. Oh, what am I doing? Not paying attention? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I always look like an amateur gamer when I stream because I try to get into the chat and like not ignore y'all. And then like I do the stupidest things, like miss very obvious things in the game. You can make fun of me for that. I don't mind. On Steam, I was running 1440 best settings, and after so far kept crashing. I do not think that this game is optimized for higher resolutions, just FYI. I don't know if you caught me at the beginning of the stream, but my face kept freezing. And some of that might be OBS syncing, so I don't want to fully blame that on this. But that said, it wasn't helping having this at a higher resolution. And I have a pretty boss-ass computer, too. I mean, I'm not rocking the absolute newest graphics card, but I think I have like a 4080 in here. And the second best AMD chip, so it should not have that much trouble with this game. I don't think I have this baseball yet, do I? I love his it's so weird. Okay, so I can't get that yet. Flash Up Lady just told me the answer that was wrong. Dude, seriously, Fuzzy, that happened to me earlier. Like, I had to scratch my head. I'm like, I swear to God, you just told me this. Because I'm like, am I that dumb with flowers? Like, I'm not going to pretend to be a florist. My daughter probably knows 1,000 times more than I do. But I swear to God, I know how to read. Last time I checked. I mean, I'm certainly reading chat. Releveling Yannisik. How do you actually get the crest to get him past 20? Okay, so a couple places. First off, you book. So in your contract, you have this gun thing. So that is how I think you do the second breakthrough. The first breakthrough, if I remember correctly, was actually the Velvet Room. So you are You're brought in to do your Velvet trials, and I want to say it might be the first one. Let me get to the next kind of natural breakpoint in the mission here, and I'll take a look, because I can do it if I go back to the metaverse or to Mementos, whatever it's called. You have a 4090. Oh, whatever, Showdown. Way to one up me there, buddy. Way to one up me. I got you. Nothing but love for you, man. By the way, so if you're focusing on your social stats, which you'll need to, your last priority is knowledge, because if you haven't noticed, two things happen. One is every couple of in-game, like daily cycle rotations, you're going to get like a question at your school, and whether you get it right or you get it wrong, it always gives you 7 points. And then on the train, you can buy a book or get a book in the game through whatever means, and you get like occasional chances to read on the train. And so focus your other ones down. I want to say it's either kindness or compassion, they call it. That one you need for, I think, Tomoko pretty early. You might need, I'd have to check, but you might need guts for closer for one of our earlier ranks. I'm not, either guts or precision. I can't remember which one it was. But don't burn all your stuff on knowledge. 3060 Ryzen. Yeah, that Ryzen's a great chip. Something to do with my Steam account. That's my only guess, Robert. I wish I was more knowledgeable in that personally. I'm just, unfortunately, not. But also, like, the devs have said that this game is horribly optimized. So from that perspective, I would say that there's probably some level of that as the problem. They have talked about fixing that to some capacity. I don't know when that's going to be. Why am I having to walk in there to walk out here? 1070 Ti, and you run it fine at 4K. Huh. Oh, you bought all 5 books? I bought some seeds and then promptly forgot to go replant them in my house because I always forget about that mechanic. Yes, you get gold tickets in palaces and stuff, so you don't have to worry about standard banners and buying that from the shop. As always, I'm not trying to tell you don't spend on this game. It's great to support the developers, and I've spent some money already, but I would rather you spend things more valuable to your overall gameplay than something you're just going to accumulate just for playing the game. Which is why I tend to avoid the standard banner packs and go for the other stuff. I'll show you what I bought. I bought, spoiler alert if you watched my video, I bought this. This is your best value. If you only have $5 to spend, buy the monthly pass. I also bought, I can't show you anymore, but it was the $10 platinum set, which gives you 10 pulls. Technically, this is the same value. I just don't want to spend $30 on it. And then I bought the battle pass. So I can have this lower track. I will get the monthly and the battle pass every month. That's my intent. If they put out some other pack that seems particularly good, then I may pick that up. And if I do, I'll probably just give you like a community post or something so that you know. But right now, that's all they have. Can you not see me? You are so dumb, dude. Come on. Let me punch you. Thank you. All right, next time I get to a save room, or the story kicks me out because it's a story, I will back out. I owe somebody a question. Who was it? Oh, it was about Yannisik. I'll go check the Yannisik thing, and then I will do... I probably only have 2 pulls, but I'll do my pulls. Yeah, 30-day passes... I'm going the wrong way. 30-day passes and gachas, pretty standard, and usually where the best value is. And I think they all probably intentionally set it up that way. I mean, they all know their games, right? It's not like none of them watch each other. Oh, gotta actually press the button. I don't have the B card. This is the other reason I come back and do the 100% later, because it's just easier to have all the different things you need for the different stages. But you do want 100% your palaces. Don't neglect that. Whatever, dude. I'll just punch you in the face. Especially because at 50% you get a 5-star weapon, and at 100% you get a dupe. First palace and second palace weapons aren't that great. But third palace weapon, you're going to use a lot. In-game purchases run through Steam. Monthly pass cost, we have to top up. Oh, that's dumb. I feel you, Lunik. Somebody posted today, I think it was a comment in YouTube. They VPN and then purchase it with Japanese yen. And so like the $80 pack became like $63. I would have never thought of that. Oh, for sure, Fuzzy. And even if you can't play every day, if you just pop on for, 30 seconds or do like 3 minutes and do your dailies, you'll get what you need. Do I? Oh, that's not open yet. Oh, and the other thing too, do you see this little icon right here on my map? This gives you a shard. And the shard unlocks scenes from the anime. And it alternates between a standard pull and those green coins. So, super another good reason to run through these palaces. Oh, that's right. I have to do this stupid puzzle. I'm so not a fan of the puzzles in this game. They feel like such a waste of time. Did I even look at the screen? What do I need? Is there another? I'm just going to brute force it. I don't feel like reading it. Are you going to have? I do already have one, my friend. Asking about the guild. So the way you can apply for the guild, and I'm going to warn you, it's almost full. If you scroll up in the chat to the beginning, or if you go on my community posts, I have there's a link to Bladesifer, who's another amazing content creator, a link to his Discord, and I have I don't know what you call it, a page, whatever, where you can apply for the guild. You have to like step on twos. I'm like not paying attention at all. I should probably just look at the screen. What does it want me to do? But it's almost full, so just there it is. So just fair warning. It took me so long to realize it's on the screen. Oh yeah, there's another puzzle in here too that yeah, see, this is what he means. There's another puzzle in here that the answer to it is like a room before it, and you have to use this to see it, or you just probably go on Discord, and there's probably like 15 guides of it at this point. Oh, come on, get on the right side of a freaking box. $50 package costs 36. Yeah, exactly. Guys, is Riddle good? How do I want to answer that? That at this stage of the game, she is serviceable. The problem is there are so many better supports, and the supports come out pretty. Thank you, Eli. Supports come out very quickly, so I think you're fine to do a little bit of investment into her just to start the game, but I would say that in the grand scheme of it all, I have a hard time going through and saying use her. I'll have to go check her skills. She takes a little bit more, if I remember correctly, to ramp up and get her buffs going, whereas someone like Leon is like super, super easy. You just basically use 2 skills. Is Ki good? Ki is only good for On. He augments fire, and he puts a lot of burn on people, and so it kind of like Rin is great for Joker. Ki is good for On, and a Ki on Cattle team is like a perfectly synergized team. What am I? Oh, I didn't put the ball in. How long to the next limited character? I don't. So I know the Joker banner lasts for a month, but I don't know if that means they're going to overlap. I don't think they've said, or at least I haven't seen it yet. I would guess probably at least 2 weeks though, 2 to 3 weeks. I don't. Yeah, I'm sorry. With Riddle, her buffs can be good. It's just that she's very quickly outshined. Riddle me this, Batman. Yeah. I'm stuck at 26. What do I need to do level up? The only ways to level up are through missions that give you those red glasses. So I'll show you the quest screen. And then whenever you spend stamina, it's 1-to-1. So if you spend 100 stamina, you're getting 100 XP, whatever. Okay, I found a safe room, so I can back out of this for now. Save my pools. Okay, so the first question that came out that I remember, forgive me if I forgot, just repeat if I need to. So Velvet Trials, let me see if this is where the coin was. Be at the bottom. No, it's an inspiration. So this is where you get a lot of Janosik. I think the coin just came in the story. I think maybe when I unlocked this, I should have paid more attention. But I remember it was really early when I got it. And then it even gave me like the, hey, go click on him and upgrade him. It was almost like a tutorial. And then hitting 80. So Lunic, it's the whole gambler's fallacy syndrome. If I were to go in Discord right now, I could give you pictures of people who double pull Joker on their first run. So it truly is just random luck. And some people are going to get it and some people aren't. There's going to be banners where you have to spend 160, and there's going to be banners where you luck sack on your first pull. So it is the nature, I guess, of the beast, if you will. So quests, I've already cleared mine out, but oh no, I do have a side mission. Do you see this thing here? This is your account XP. And so let's see, I can take on new challenges. I don't know what is this asking me to do? Let's go find out. I shortcut everything and just keep hitting V. What does she want? Oh, this. Oh yeah, see, you also get it for like clearing out your palace. So just look for anything that gives you these red, whatever. What do they want me to do with this quest? Just go to mementos. Anytime you see that red mask thing, and then basically everything you're completing is giving you points towards or XP towards your account, especially early game. Special plan. This is probably SOS. Also, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you clear out your tutorials, you get 5 gems for every tutorial you clear out. Oh yeah, okay, join the trial. Yay! Yes, I love this mode. So, Sea of Stars, whatever they're calling it here, you clear out these stages, and then you get to do points. I'll probably do the point stages later, because I want better teams. But you have to build your team. So I've got Fire and Lightning, Fire, Curse, Lightning, Wind, Ice, Lightning. That's the hardest one for me then. Wind, Ice, Lightning. So Fire and Lightning on the first 2. So I've got Fire and Lightning covered. Wind, Ice. So this is a time when I'm actually going to swap her out and grab somebody who can at least hit a weakness. Let's do... Who has an AoE? You're a single target. You're AoE. Okay. We're going to go with this dude. You need to complete all the steps on phase 1. Correct. You have to get through, I think it's like 7 steps. And then same for step 2 when you get the second book. You have to get through that to get their free 5-star weapon. Let's see. I have not done a god in this yet. I probably should. So these, okay. At the start of battle, all allies gain 2 seals of power. For each stack, increase final damage by 15%. Last 2 turns, stacks 2 times, so 30%. After dealing weakness damage to a foe, and gain 1 more stack. At the end of 1 turn, lose 1 stack. During battle, gain the stable domain. Will not deal critical hits, but will deal increased final damage. The skills, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so yeah, when you guys do this to get your better scores, read these. This was really hard in KR, by the way, because I don't speak Korean. But this is just telling me hit elemental weakness, and I can't crit, so there'd be no reason for me to bring Succubus, right? We're gonna do this, and then would you guys like to see some pulls? The probably 2 pulls I can even do right now. Best gift early for Merope. Really any one of them you can buy. Some of them are level gated. I can show you that here in a minute as well. The higher rarities are always going to be better point value. And they give you extra points the first time you give it to them. But the problem is going to be, do you have access to it? And how much does it cost? Because some of the higher rarities are like 30,000. Like, they're not cheap. I think I gave her like a gray one earlier for like 3 or 4K just to give her something. Damn it, Jack Frost. Stop downing my people. Books are in Jinpoko, and they are also in Shibuya. When you cross the street, that first shop on the left. There is also a confidant you'll get later who will give you some, but that you just take as you get them. Like, I wouldn't push him for a book. I love this character design, by the way. I don't know why, but I always have. Having the game muted allows us to play the game while watching you. I keep it muted because I get copyright strikes if I play the music on a live stream. Not because I don't love it. I actually have the sound in my headphone, but unfortunately, if any of the songs come up that have lyrics, it's like basically an instant copyright strike on YouTube. And if you get 3 of those, you're out. So, asking about the event palaces, and you was going to check if anything was limited. Yes, thank you, Ducky. I will. Oh, Soft Pity. Sorry, Soft Pity. I read your question wrong. I'll come back to that. Event palaces. I'm going to do that right after this. Don't let me forget. Soft Pity. So Najox was talking about this earlier on Twitter. What did he say? He said that it is the same in the other servers where it doesn't state the soft pity, but the soft pity is in fact in play. The only way you could truly confirm that, friends, is if somebody was like tracking all the polls and did the statistics on it. As much as I love math, I'm not signing up for that. What level do you need to be for the guild? You have to be level 20. Then there is a quest. Abysmal something or other. It's a blue quest. You have to do that. It takes like 5-ish minutes. And then to apply, I'll warn you, the guild is nearly full and probably through chat has gotten pretty close, if not already there. But check my community posts. I am on Blade Surfer's Discord, and I have a guild recruitment post in there. And so you would jump in that and you'd give me your, in-game friend code and your in-game name so I can find you. And then you just find my guild and then apply for it. But, I'm going to do my best to take as many people as I can. And then here, I'm going to give you, the heads up. Every single gacha game, doesn't matter which one. This happened in Theria a few weeks ago. This happened in every other one of them. There's going to be an influx of people on the first week. And then within a week or two, a bunch of people are going to quit. And so I can pretty much promise you that there's going to be people in my guild that are going to quit and some spots will open up. So I don't know how many. I can tell you probably at least 7 or 8 of the people I know, just from talking with them for the last year on YouTube, that I don't think are going anywhere anytime soon. But there's probably going to be a handful of people that I see will log off and won't come back for like a week, and they're going to lose their spots. So there will probably be new openings in the next week or so. Yeah, so build your teams with the elements, by the way. So I'm not going to do these other ones right this second, but it's the same thing. You go through these, and when you're done, it opens these up. And then you get these rewards. Every content cycle, this refreshes, and you can rank up. Getting to rank 6 is pretty darn easy. Obviously, it takes time because you have to rank up. But actually, here they dropped it down to rank 5. So it looks like rank 5 is our max to get the most meta gems. So it's pretty hard not to get here over time. So if you're worried about, do I do the best score, blah, 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 it's not that hard to get in here. Okay, let's get out of here. And then I owed Ducky something. Let me double check his question. It was event palaces. Okay, so events. That is going to be Crossing Fates, I think, right? This is what you're talking about. So it ends in 30 days, Ducky. So there is a time limit. But you've got a full month, and it's like 10 or 12 stages, I think. 14. This is the longest one. I think I blew through most of this on a live stream one night, which means it was 2 hours long for me. No, 30 is the max, Doc. Will you have this stream VOD on your channel? Yes. So it automatically will render into my channel. So if you have to go, my friend, you want to come back, I appreciate you for it, and no big deal until I get you. Next banner after Joker is likely to be Yui. They've already put a confidant stuff in the game. and she's already like, if you look at the events, she is here, and she was the second banner in KR, Taiwan, and China. So we're pretty confident it's Yui. They could pull something up on us, but that's our thoughts. Okay, guys, I can do a couple pulls. Let's do this. So I'm not going to claim my beginner banner until I am done pulling for Joker, but I am on my final one. So let's do this up. So I'm going to use my 8. Is it Sparkles? Nope, this is going to be a 4-star. All right, give it the big old B for your bear. Cross your fingers for Leo. Nope. Sepia, who I will never level. It just does not want to give me freaking Leo for my eventual Ryuji team. Okay, well, it is what it is. So I'm going to hold on this. Like I said, I will pick it after I figure out what happens on Joker. So I should have enough to do 1 10 pull at the moment. Let's do it. Yes, yes. Maybe 2. Did I have enough for 2 in there? I hope I don't need to. I'm sure I will. Oh, guys, that is a 5-star. Be Joker. If you're not Joker, at least be Rin, please. This is streamer luck. This is you guys. This is all. I'm pointing to my chat, by the way, if you're wondering where I'm pointing to. This is all of you guys. That is like a giant W right there, guys. Absolutely. Yeah, and I have a double on. I do have on it at A1. See, they balanced the scales by giving me Tomoko, but I'll take it. I got Joker. Oh, but they gave me a double. They gave me a puppet too. Okay, guys, that's a pretty freaking win pull right there. That was ridiculous. Thanks, Galax. Thanks, Bart. Thanks, Fuzzy. Fuzzy, are you a member? I'm just looking over and now noticing your color. I didn't get a notification, but that looks like one of the things I designed. And if you are, my friend, thank you very much. You would be my first member on the channel if that's what that symbol is. Sorry, my other screen is much smaller, so I'm kind of like squinting when I look. Yeah, that was, what, 40 pulls, I want to say? All right, so now we have to get the weapon. Okay, I've got 10 of these right now. Draw. Oh, I forgot to switch out my secondary weapons. Well, I'm not going to get a 5-star in the first pull anyway, so who cares? Yeah, it's a 4-star. I have 2 awareness. Okay, I've got his 4-star, so we at least have that. Fucking Tomoko. Girl. I can't be mad. They gave me Joker. Dude, Fuzzy, super, absolutely thank you. Absolutely thank you. That is amazing. Okay, so Joker's got a 4-star. By the way, okay, I don't think I've covered this in any guides. I don't remember. Exchange. So when you pull characters, you get these little bad boy coins up here. The only thing you're going to really want to use those for, if I'm going to be honest with you, is getting more jewels. Don't waste them on cards. It's not worth it for what you could be getting. I don't even use it for these 5-star weapon cases, and here's why. If you think about the long game, so don't think about the next month, the next 2 months, the next 3 months. Think about 6 months to a year. You're going to be pulling on weapon banners, and whenever you pull on a weapon banner, what you have to do is pick 2 standard banner 5-stars. I have almost every standard 5-star in the game right now, even for characters I don't even have, because I've just run out of things to pick. And when you lose a 50-50, you're getting one of these. So like right now, and actually this was fine. I'm okay with what this would have been. But if I had lost, I either would have gotten Leos or I would have gotten Ons. Or, you know, if I get, when I get to the 5-star pull, it's going to be Joker, On, or Leo. And so then once you get one, you just switch it to somebody else. Also, you know, unless it's your favorite, of course, my friends, these are your first top picks, by the way. Leo, his 5-star is fantastic. Rosethorn for on, get it there or get it in the selector that you get for completing the second contract. And then Rin's is okay. Soy's is really good. I would never get closers. I would avoid Riddle. Sorry, somebody has Riddle. Puppet becomes one of your least used navies except for the Fox team. So hers isn't as vital. Skip his. Flores is really good. I don't use her that much. His sucks. Hers is okay. And everyone's going to get her. This is the other Navi. That's my short and sweet of that. But yeah, so don't try to save up and get this. You're better off getting more meta gems or jewels or what the hell they call it in this game. And KR and in the other servers, it's actually the cards. So they give you like the summon cards or the summon coins. So they did it slightly different here. But it's effectively the same thing. You're going to spend these resources to get these. And I think I needed 2 more, right? So now I'll get 2 more of these. Yeah, it saved a step in converting. Oh my God, I hit all the wrong stuff. Okay, draw 10. Oh, you guys don't hear the song. It's a vibe. Can someone knows why I can't use the hook? So you are, I'm going to ask the dumb question. I don't mean this. This is not meant to be rude. You have crafted it already, correct? Because I say this because somebody asked before in Discord and they hadn't actually gone back to the workbench to craft it. But assuming you have crafted it, which I'm guessing you have, where you go to do it, one of 2 things could have happened. Either A, you're not standing far enough back, or B, that quest might actually require, oh cool, I've got her 4-star for if I ever actually pull her. That may require you to do something in Mementos before you actually go back in the palace. Sometimes they do that to you, where even though the next quest is in the palace, you actually are going through Mementos first. So it'll say in the top right, explore. It's something with a Q like Quinlog or blah, blah, blah. Oh, if I got Joker, I can pick my next 5-star. Ooh. I have 2 thoughts here, friends. Either A, I pick either Ryuji or Morgana. I'm still coin tossing which one. I really like Morgana with Ren. Or B, I get to the point of a pity on this banner for the sake of trying to get Ren. I'm not going to push this to 300 right now or anytime soon. I actually want to wait for Miriam before I do that. But I do want to try to get one more 5-star, see what I get there. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Because here's what's going to happen. If I pick Skull right now, he's going to be my next pull. That's just how it works. So I will not convert gems to get these cards. You get enough of them that I don't care. So I'm going to hang tight for one more 5-star before I deal with my beginner selector. Because I also have enough teams to do what I need to do right now. Let's build Joker. Let's build my main man. Bam. How many do I have? Sitting pretty. Yes, sir. Let's give you the breakthrough, but let's not actually level you up. Because you do get a little bit of, not much, but you get a little bit of experience running around, and I don't need him to be level 30 yet. And then weapon, if you haven't seen any of my videos, that's perfectly fine, but you can level every weapon you want because when you switch, it takes on the level. So watch. I'm just going to do this. Boom. And then I'm going to switch it over here. And now it's level 10. You can't waste mats on your weapons. So don't freak about that. Yes, sir. You can go up to level 20. What is on at? I don't want to burn all those yet. Would you recommend pulling for Joker or skipping for another banner? It depends on what you want. So if you have on, you have a good AoE DPS. She's just going to get shut down in fire resist or fire null content. That can be said for anybody though. Like he will get shut down in curse content. There's the big thing you're going to hear people say is, oh, he falls off, in the late game. The late game is a year from now. I'm just putting that out there. It's not anytime soon. And yes, I absolutely agree. On my KR accounts, I don't always use him, but I still find plenty of places that I can and sometimes do. So you're still going to have your SOS trials. You're still going to have your guild bosses. There is one guild boss that is basically like made for Joker. And then you have all the other content you're running. So he doesn't like just stop doing stuff. You also eventually get a mode called Astroglobe or something translated differently, where you need like many, many different teams. And so you're going to use them in stuff like that. So early game right now, he is very powerful. In particular, if you have Rin. If you have Rin, those two just really go together. He has that extra turn mechanic that doesn't decrease his buffs and doesn't decrease the debuffs on the enemies. It's just a free turn. And so he can put out some like serious damage. And one of the Velvet Trial rooms is all curse. So he obviously is going to be great for that stage. I think he's worth pulling, and that's not just me being a fanboy. I know that I am, but I think he's absolutely worth pulling. Your luck is insane. That luck was insane. I am thanking all of you. I'm going to call it as you guys did that for me. Oh, and I don't know if you guys know this. Don't rush it. But as you level people up, you unlock more gold tickets, more gold tickets. Don't try to get everyone to 70 right away. But this is what I mean. Like that standard banner, they throw a lot of these tickets at you. So don't buy packs for golden tickets, I guess is what I'm trying to say there. All right, give you that. I've got about another 45 minutes, and then I'm going to have dinner, and then I'm coming back at 9:30 tonight, by the way. Is Ren a standard? Yes, Ren is a standard. She's a standard 5-star, so she is sitting on that banner already. You're more than likely either going to pull her from failing a 50-50 on a limited or just from the standard banner. Kasumi's banner is probably about 9 months away. Somewhere in that relative neighborhood. I pulled Ren. How necessary is Joker for someone who is mad about him otherwise? He's not necessary. Nobody's necessary in this game, my friends. The only ones I would give a strong recommend to are Futaba, Cord, and Anj. Those three. Others are fun, but likely can be replaced. There's not a ton of like over coverage. Like there's only one AoE side damage dealer in Haru, for example. So you have to think of it from that perspective, but you can also fill in gaps on weaknesses with like personas or whatever. Dinner on the first day. Yes, I know, right? How dare I eat? I'm a jerk. Also, guys, do your thieves then. You get buffs from this. You also get increased stamina from this after a while. And you can just pop in here and do stuff like quickly. You don't have to do like a ton. But you unlock this stuff like pretty much all the time. Especially early game. And then you just level it up, and then I'll show you something else with this too. Get that, blah, 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 unlock this and this and this. So as you unlock coins, you rank up your place. So like I just hit level Den 7 or whatever. And then in your, I don't think I can do, yeah, I can't do another one of these guys. In your zone, you can place down these things that you unlock. And so like, for example, right now, I have Rakasha, who increases my attack by 5, not much, but it's something. High Pixie increase HP, and Okinushi, who increases party damage by 0.5%. Again, these aren't like groundbreaking effects, but it does add up. And then there's a shop tied to this. Basically, every mode has a shop. And so you can also use these coins here. I would tell you clear out your monthlies before they go away. And then some of these, like, I'm not going to grab this gold ticket anytime soon. It's super expensive. But eventually, this is just going to stay here forever. Eventually, you're going to get to I'm like level 35 or 40 on my palace in KR, and you're just going to get like 4,000 or 5,000 coins a day. So you end up like clearing the shop pretty quickly. But, do these other side content things because you get all these things. Like by doing the Velvet Trial, you get these stars. I could buy more gold cords here, clothes if you want them, whatever. Assist, if you use somebody's assist character, they get coins. And then you can come in here and get weapon coins. Companion shop. This is your guild stuff. Challenge rewards. So I'm already starting to get coins for personas if I want to buy duplicates. You guys know about login rewards. That's part of the launch. etc. So do your modes. Let's see. The card game does come. Lunic, the card game, I have lost a stupid amount of hours of my life too in this game. So yes, it's multiplayer. You can play against real people. There is a ton of rewards that you get from it as well. It's so fun. I will play the hell out of all of you in Tycoon once it comes in. What else we got here? I just watched your shop guide. I hope it helped you. Hopefully it's something that brought you value. That's my goal, is to give you guys value. I blame Atlas for joining the gacha industry. I mean, who doesn't, right? Where do I change my cis character? So in here. This is your assist, so whoever you put here. So right now I have on. I guess I'm going to keep on A1 versus Joker. I'm going to do Joker because I think more people will have on than Joker. And then this is just throwing people out there. Let's put you in there for the hell of it. There's a mission to change your picture, by the way. If you want to do that, you click that and you do change avatar. Oh, I can get new people. Who do I want? Yeah, Joker. Bam. Done. And you guys can friend me, by the way. My ID is on the bottom here. It's 484420. So if you want to throw me in the friends list, I will absolutely accept you. No problem there. Okay, collections. Everything gives you something in this game. Not that I really care about that, but that's a gift you can give somebody. Anything else I can clear out in here? Awards. That's... Why is contracts blinking at me? Oh, because of that. That's going to stay there until I clear it up. Okay. Points for assist. So yes, if Showtime Doctor goes into a mode that allows assists and he picks my assist, I get a couple coins or a couple points, and then I can buy those weapon coins. Those weapon coins you go to Iwa shop, and the green ones can be used to get 4-star weapons for your characters. Just threw up on. Nice. So the other 3 slots, they're just for fun. Just for fun. Will I need to be here if I get in the guild? No, so Fuzzy, the guild applications are only on Discord. So if you want to get in my community post, I can't pull up Discord right now because it was lagging my stream for some reason. But in my community post, one of them talks about the guild. And if you do the read more, the link to Bladesifer's Discord is in there. In that, kind of at the top is like the guild recruitment page, and you will see my guild. It's called Bearpocalypse. And what you need to do is go there. You've got to drop your user ID, so this ID at the bottom, and the name that you have in game. So you can see mine, 16-bit bear. And that's how I'm finding people. And then you have to apply or find me in here. So if I go to my guild, so here's the ID. So this is the ID you would use to find the guild. And basically what I'm doing is when I look at these joins, if I don't see that you've done the application, it's not an application, you just post what I just said. If you're not in Discord on that recruitment, then I just decline you. Because a lot of people are out here just randomly applying for guilds, and a lot of people still are using the default name. So, like this person I know because I looked at their ID, right? And so for me, that's how I'm finding you. I probably have quite a few more people just from the stream today that I've already put applications in. I'm calling it application. It's not really an application. I'm just doing a first come, first serve. But that's how you would pump that in. It would help also if you tell me your name on YouTube. If you're coming from YouTube, also let me know your YouTube name, just because I will recognize your names from YouTube. And then, like I was saying earlier, if it's like any other gacha, some people will probably leave after a week or two because they're like, oh, this was cool, I'm gonna go do something else in my life. And so I expect a few slots will likely open up. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. So that's how you find the guild, how you get into it. And then at level 40 is when they open up guild trials. So we've got some time before guilds open up, or guild bosses open up. I sent one in the channel and I've applied. Okay, perfect. I will take a look for that in between the 2 streams, Fuzzy. So after I go for dinner. But again, I will be back, friends, at 9:30 tonight when I'm done with this stream. So this is not the only time you will see me if you fancy coming back later. Other questions I can show before I jump the before I jump back into the palace. What do you got? I just saw something in there. I picked up points by selecting some random assist character. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. So I might have gotten that wrong, Sagino. Liking Global as a KR vet. Happy that I got Sepia early. Oh, nice, nice. So another KR vet. Did you play a lot on KR Beijing or just like kind of off and on? That's too bad because I don't use Discord. Yeah, sorry, Eddie. It's just because the other thing too is all the guild chat I coordinate through Discord, not in game, and so it gives me a place to organize with others. And like eventually, I'll be picking like a second in command, if you will, and that person's going to help me manage the guild when I'm like on a vacation or I don't know, just not around. But I will say that quite a few of us in the community on that Discord are also having guilds. Blades for us is main guild, and then there's 2 sub guilds. And then there's a couple other people I saw opening guilds there. So Bladesifer is another great YouTube content creator for Persona 5X specifically. And he's got a pretty dope community going on over there, which is why I joined his. I didn't really want to manage a whole Discord on my own. So I just kind of, he let me piggyback off him. He's been very generous. Oh, I was wondering if we can also get points by them picking our, so, you know what's interesting, Sagino, is I have never gotten a single friend token coin on KR ever, and I've used other people's assist characters, so I don't know. I'll just flat out say I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I do. I tried to enter a guild, but just had left another. Yes, there is a 24-hour cooldown. Verdi, I don't assume you're one of the 2 I spoke to earlier today, like middle of the day. There were 2 that I talked to earlier that I'm reserving a spot for, but I know some people have a different name on Discord versus, YouTube, obviously, or yeah, YouTube. Should I pull with meta jewels or save them? Okay, so meta jewels. Good question. Here's what I would tell you to do. This is what I did today. So, which one? Is it this one? It's this one. So with the meta jewels, so we're talking about, are you talking about cognitive? Oh, meta jewel. Okay. I'm going to say this. I'm going to go back to your question. Apologies for this. Trade up your cognition crystals if you've spent money in the shop, because these are a good deal. So 240 gets you 2. Normally it's going to be 300. So if you're buying, use these to trade up. Meta jewels, this is how you pull, friend. So it's your only way to pull when you don't have those cards. And it's intended that you convert these over to your pulls. Now, what I will tell you with that is think about character then weapon. I've unfortunately seen a couple people pull the weapon because they'll have like a couple tokens like, oh, I'm going to pull the weapon and I only have to spend so many gems to get to the next 10 pull. And they do that. They get the weapon. It's amazing. And then they end up not pulling the character and it's just a waste. So always focus down your 5-star character. You can do a lot with most of the 4-star weapons. Of course, 5-star weapons are going to be better, but you don't even need, like Joker, honestly, I'm only getting his weapon because I'm a fanboy. You do not need Joker's weapon. It's some marginal stat increases, but it doesn't even give him more crit rate, which is probably the thing he would need the most. So a lot of the weapons in this game are just, they're not, if you're trying to hoard to get certain characters, they're not worth pulling. But yes, do your cards or do your pulls by converting, not for this banner, for the limited banner specifically, by converting these over. Like I almost would have enough for another 10 pull. Now I just pulled him, as you guys saw. Freaking awesome. Thank you for the luck. So I'm not going to convert this, but do this. And then if you want the weapon, then come here. The good news about the weapon is it costs 100 instead of 150 to do a pull. So it's a little bit less expensive. And you also have a smaller pity. So it's not as hard to chase the weapon from a pity perspective. But if you look at some of my past streams and videos, I have gone to pity on weapons multiple times. Oh, so frustrating. I'll try watching some guides. I'm progressing a bit. I'll catch you up again when you launch stream again. Yep. Perfect, dude. Yeah, I'll see you later tonight. It's not so much an application, Verdeheart. You just have to, on that Discord, go to my Bearpocalypse guild post, and I need your in-game ID. So this number down at the bottom, it doesn't give away like account info. This is how you become friends, and your in-game name, so I can like figure out who you are. Just post it in that chat. If the guild is full and there's just been too many people above you, then as spots open up, I'm just gonna go down the list. Or I may come in like a week or two later and say, hey, 5 spots opened up. Who's still interested? And I'll try to, I try to be fair. But there's only 30 slots. So there's only so much I can do. Thank you for the info. Of course, my friend. If you don't complete the first palace, are there no more ways to level Wonder? So you will get more quests. You will get side content. You will get like the side quest over time. But eventually you're going to have to clear the palaces. At least you don't have to 100% them if you don't really want to, but you should. But you what channel, but you do want to clear them. What channel is the guild post in? If you're on Bladesifer's Discord, at least for me, it's at like the very top of the page on the left where the channels are, and it says guild recruitment. So if you click on that, one of them is for Bear Apocalypse. I was joking with Alex earlier today. I'm like, I just need to think of a good name, and that's what I came up with. That was my level of creativity. So yeah, you would never know that I also moonlight and design video game characters. That's how uncreative that sounds, right? What channel? So that's the channel. On or Joker? Okay, so let me show you On's weapon. Joker is not a must-have weapon, first and foremost. So you don't have to pull it. Here's where you're going to get your On weapon. If I were you, I would just live with her 3-star if you have it, or if for some reason you randomly pulled her 4-star. When you get through with plan 2, you get a 5-star weapon selector for one of the 3. This is where I'm getting my On weapon. Unless I fail the pity on Joker's weapon, because I do have hers defaulted in there, in which case I'll just pick one of the other 2. But do not chase a standard character's weapon on a banner. Do not do it. You will have far more opportunities by pulling for limited character weapons to fail pities into these. It's just going to happen over time. And most 5-star weapons are not so dramatic, especially on standard characters, to where you need to target farm them. I would say if you're running Leo, his is probably my favorite of the 5-star weapons because it increases crit damage. But I still wouldn't chase his. I would just put him as a consolation. Riddle good. It's not that she sucks. Let me go pull up her powers. Let me show you guys. It's just versus other support, she's harder to get going. Riddle. By the way, you can check characters you don't have if you didn't know that. Okay, so here's Riddle. So each time an ally has affection, which is one of her things, and they deal damage, they can get a childish heart stack, which when it's used, it increases the party's attack. So they're having to attack to get the buff. That's how you would read that. So basically you have that, and you have 50 numbers. When spending 3 or more of these hearts at the same time, you further increase the effect 8%. The percentages go up as you level. Don't get married to the percentages right now. Okay. Deal side damage to one foe. Now keep in mind she's support. She's not meant to do a ton of damage. Equal to 9% of attack, and grant affection to the party for 1 turn. And then when you deal damage with the skill, she gains childish heart. So you are trying to get your first stacks going in your team. And then when she uses these stacks up, she is granting this buff. So you can see, like, it's not just I put a buff on you, right? This skill, you already have to have childish heart, so you can't even come in and use it. And this will give you more attack at 2 or more stacks. You get more damage dealt. Basically, it just buffs your attack and your damage percent. And then, let's see, skill 2. Increase party's healing received. That's not very useful, I'm going to tell you. Like, your healer is either going to take care of you or they're not. If you get Miriam later, she's the best healer. I really hope I get her. She'll go standard banner. She just trumps all the other healers. And then Morgana, I love his off-turn healing. Cattle is good, but he runs out of SP quickly. So you're not usually dying because your healing throughput wasn't enough. And so your healing and shields, like it's not really doing anything for you. It's not make or breaking your run. Defense is okay. And then she can get childish heart. So like this move, I don't think I would really use all that often. So I don't think I would ever even touch her. I don't use this. That's her highlight. So it's her buff. The attack can be good, but it's not like, let me compare her to Leo, and let me show you why she gets outclassed so easily. So Leo, as a 4-star, skill 2 decreases so this one will take HP away from you, but it gives it to you as a shield. So you're not really losing the HP, you're just converting it, which is why he works so well with Ryuji. And he increases your attack for 2 turns. All you had to do is press the button and your attack went up. You also get this here. Basically, it's just going to help buff you. And then Ultimate Booster, again, increases attack for 2 turns, other than himself. And then for each of those stacks I just showed you, you get increased attack again. So again, he is just bumping up just for pressing the button. His highlight is fantastic. Basically, you're going to get the max of that power friendship. So this thing here, other than himself for 2 turns. And if the HP is below 60%, he's going to give it back to you up to a certain amount of his attack. And then his attack increases by 15% for 2 turns. So everything he is doing is giving you more damage. Then, if I show you his weapon, I think I could pull it from the shop here. Hold on. And this is why, even though I don't have him, I'm literally targeting his weapon as a backup. Check this out. Increases his attack by 30%. Again, remember, some of his stuff scales on his attack. And then after he uses his skill on the ally, so let's say he's buffing Ryuji, I don't know, increases attack by 16% or increases critical damage by 16% for 1 turn. If they have 2 or more of that power friendship stacks, they get both buffs. You're going to get them at 2 stacks all the time. So he gets all that crap, boosting the crap out of your attack damage, and then you come in here and boost out his crit damage. And again, this, if you saw my Ryuji video, this is why he pairs so well, because Ryuji wants massive crit damage because he's going to auto crit. And when he takes your health here, Leo, for the buffs, he's giving you a shield, so you're not left vulnerable. So compare that versus Riddle. Riddle is a 5-star, right? He's a 4-star, and I would argue he is better than Riddle. So can you use her? Yes. I've seen people use her. I can't find a place to put her in a team that I wouldn't put somebody else over her. Will there be a 5-star selector down the road? There were 5-star character selectors too at the anniversary. I don't remember there being a weapon selector though. What channel is the Discord that joined the guild? So I can't give you the link at the, well, is it actually still on my copy paste board? Let me see. It is. There it is. That's the Discord friends. Do weapons also have a dupe system? Yes, they do. But they are thankfully just more percent increases. Do not chase dupes on weapons. So like, check this out. 12, 6.4. This will go up to 24, 12.2. Okay. And there's some other like minor things, like he gets some extra for changing his persona. If you're a whale, chase dupes on weapons, but your weapons on characters are far more impactful by comparison to the weapon. But even on the characters, there's a few that I think an A1 would help. And I don't typically recommend pushing for an A6 on a character, so a fully duped out character. Again, unless you are just emphatically in love with that character and it's like your favorite and you just can't live without it. Or if you have the pockets to do it, which again, I'm not hating. If you do, you do. Don't do it. Do it up. Yeah, that's my spiel. That's my spiel on the 6 stars. I lost the 50-50 on Joker weapon. Yes, if you lose the 50-50 on a weapon, your next 5-star weapon pull will be the banner character pull. So it doesn't mean you have to go all the way to pity again. It's just whenever you next pull your 5-star, it's the feature character. And by the way, your pities carry between banners. So, if hopefully this doesn't happen to you, but let's say you were pulling for Joker and you took 3 weeks off the game and you were 1 away from pity on him and his banner went away, your next limited banner that comes out, that carries into that. So same with weapons, by the way. So it's weapons and characters where that happens. It just has to be the same banner type. Should I be saving my Gona ticket since I have Rin and or Morgana? What 4 stars do you have, Tuds? Got Riddle on my 30th 50 of the banner. So it's hard to say, Dusk. If you're not married to your account, she's not the best pull. But it's not to say that you don't have luck coming your way. That's the thing about these games. So I came into it with, I'm going to take who I get. Now, I did get lucky with Joker on the stream. I appreciate that. But had I gotten a riddle, I sort of would have rolled with it. You're going to get most of the 5-star standards just over time. It just happens. I think I'm missing Howler and Turbo on my KR accounts because they're more recent. And I think that's all I'm missing for 5-star standards. Confused on the pity of this game. So I can't tell you in terms of how on Star Rail because I've never played it. But I can tell you how it works here. Got Joker, but then did 10 pulls to build pity. Will I lose? I'm thinking it says, will I lose or does... So I think you're asking if it carries over. It carries over. Yeah. No, you're good. So, okay, let me show you. So if I go back here, so I got him on my last 10 pull, but you see I have 8 of 80. It's because he was my second of that 10 pull. These 8, when this banner dies, and they come up with the next banner, which is probably going to be Bowie, Yui/Bowie, I will have this 8 there. If I don't pull on Yui, and another limited banner comes out after, another one will come out after her, I will still have that 8. So your pities will carry forward. Same thing on the weapons. If I didn't pull again on this banner, this 20 will be 20 for every banner for limited weapons until I meet my pity. So I don't know. I hope that made sense, Keith. Let me know if it didn't. I don't mind, trying to share it in a different way. So Tuds, let me know your 4 stars because your question will largely depend on that. The thing with golden tickets, this is why I'm not going heavy on them. So do your beginner select. Okay. At some point you have to make the decision when you want to claim it. Again, I'm going to wait and pull one more 5-star before I do mine. Here's what happens with your golden tickets. After your beginner banner, they will forever come into this banner. It's just how it goes. One time only, when you get to 300, you get to select one of these peeps. Okay. So worst case for me, I will eventually get Rin because I can come in here and pick her from that 300. Now, you might argue, shouldn't I push for this 300 now, knowing that is Joker's best friend? No, for 2 reasons. 1, none of the content right now is hard enough for me to care. It just isn't. 2, I know it's coming. 3, did I say 2 and then I went to 3? Guys, math. I swear to God, I do math for my career and I'm like not counting the 3. So somebody send me the counts from Sesame Street. So your standard character banners, they're going to come out on what looks like a limited banner first. And then the second their banner expires, they come to this banner. So my big 2 for me personally, and I can't show them to you unfortunately because they're not, here yet, is Miriam or Marion, however they say it in English. She is by far the best healer. And if you get her at A1, which I have mine, I think at A2 or 3, she adds penetration, which is fantastic. It's just a great stat. So she comes, and then when Queen comes, she comes with Vino. Vino is like the best friend of Queen. It makes Queen like a freaking rock star. I will absolutely be pitying Queen. But Vino also pairs with so many other teams. Like when you get her, like my Ryuji team will end up being Ryuji, Vino, and Leo. Because I got to pull Leo sometime, please. So I'm going to, worst case, do 80 more pulls here. Go for one more 5-star. And then I'm not going to spend another one of these. I'll probably do a little bit when Miriam hits this banner. Then I'm going to save again and wait for Vino. That's my strategy. Doesn't mean you have to follow me. There's a little bit of min-maxing in that. But if I think about like who's in this banner right now, where's it at? Contract rates. What are you going to get? Ryuji you can get for free. Morgana you can get for free. An you can get for free. Rin, worst case you can do it here with the 300. You don't want Riddle. Sorry. I know some of you picked her. I'm sorry. Matoha, so this is closer. You're probably going to drop her after a couple palaces. I don't see many people running her at 80. Shun is pretty good. I actually like Shun. And the rest of these are 4 stars. So if you're pushing this banner right now, you're getting characters you can just get for free somewhere else, at least 2 of them. One you could get from this banner, and the other one left isn't worth pulling. So that's, in my perspective, again, I'm just going to give you my opinion of it. That's why I'm not going to go crazy and try to push this 300 early. Level 20 Pegasus is when you can do the guilds. Alex, man, congrats. That is very, very good luck. You had to be like beaming, smiling when that happened. Okay, I have Seiji, Shun, Kiyoshi, Yukumi, not including. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go look at names. Um, Seiji. Seiji is that Fleuret? Where do they put their names in here? Shiotori. Um, yeah, Seiji. Seiji's fantastic. Still relevant today. Shun, I love Shun. Kiyoshi, is that my fire friend? At this point, a lot of us are using, yeah, he is great for On. If you have On, let me look at your stuff up above. Yeah, so pair him with On. Great, great combo. And then put Cattle in that team. Yukumi. Hey, Verde Heart. Yukumi. Which one is Yukumi? I'm not recognizing that name. Oh, okay, yeah. So she can be decent. She can work with Fox pretty well. There's better teams, but not until you get Cherish. So she's not terrible, but if you're not going to run Fox, I would have less use for her. But look, you don't need every character to be great. If you have Kiyoshi on and Cattle, which you do, that's a banger team, dude. Like, that's an endgame team now. You would replace Kiyoshi with Howler, and Howler came out roughly in the 9 to 10 months from now time frame on CN. So yeah, if you got Yowling, man, and Joker, you're rocking hard. You can still run Cattle on that team for sustain or Leo for buffing. You don't have to do Morgana. I'm just partial, and I like Joker and Morgana together. Okay, I'm sorry. So Kotone, that is our ice dealer. She is okay. She's not the most damaging, but she's okay. I would build Fleuret over building her, but you are going to need ice dealers. Quite a few of these early characters, friends, you're going to dip at level 50. Because by that time, when you have enough people at level 50, you've probably pulled a couple extra supports, you've probably pulled a couple limiteds, and you're not going to need to push everybody to 80. And I think by the time you get to that stage, you're going to figure out like, hey, I can see where this person's damage is lacking. And at that point, you probably know how to buff them, or I've told you how to buff them. one or the other, right? What did you miss? Oh my God. So if you weren't here for it, I pulled Joker. That was the big thing. What 4 stars do we level up? The only 5 I have is Joker and On. 4 stars. Favorite 4 stars, Leo. This guy is endgame relevant today in China. Absolutely a banger. Probably the best buffer of the current game. Soy. Soy's fantastic. He'll carry you far. Level key, if you have On. If you don't have On, completely ignore him. Bad. Just bad. Okay. It's not that he is bad. It's that I have Joker. And I can't find a better use for him. Granted, he's single target. I would still take Joker AoE over him single target, especially because I have to consider limited resources. This is the absolutely best damaging 4-star, period. Your 2 Navis, they are, until they release Phoebe, which is a while from now, these are your go-to Navis. You will get her just by playing the game. Her, you just luck sack into when pulling. Did I pull a duplicate for her? I did. Speaking of, this is what also happened, Verti, is I pulled her duplicate. And I also thought I pulled his duplicate, didn't I? Or did I just pull him for the first time? I think I just pulled him for the first time. Am I missing 4 stars down here? 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. Limited use. I wouldn't focus on her unless you knew you had a team for her. If you're missing, if you have these 2, pick Fleuret over Kotone. She's not terrible. Not terrible. She's kind of mid, I guess is how I'd put her. Cattle, good enough healer. He just has SP issues, so he can burn out fairly fast if you're not careful. I would build at least through Palace 1 because you have to use her in Palace 1. I used her all the way through Palace 2 and into Palace 3 just because of the pulls I had, and I was kind of messing around on my care account at first. So she can be serviceable, but she's not the best DPS. Thank you, Dark. Let's see. Sweet cheers. Also, the character banner unit Joker going to be added to the 300 unit selector. No. That 300 unit selector will never change. What you see today is what will always be there. Limited characters will never go into the standard character banner. So you will always have standard characters limited. Your limiteds are going to be your P5 cast, your P5R cast, your P3 cast. Those are always limiteds. And then there's a couple limited new characters that come out. So you'll have the 2 summer. So you'll have a summer closer and a summer Moko. Summer Moko is fantastic. Pair her with Haru. That's what I do on KR. And then there's like a couple sprinkled in. And so like Yui. Yui is a permanent limited character. So those ones that are truly limited will never be seen on the standard character banner. And you have to wait for a rerun. And reruns come in 2 ways. One is just your traditional rerun banner. They come up every once in a while. The other one is they will occasionally do a banner where they give you a selection of X amount of characters and you can pick 3 and you can target those to be your pities. So basically, like that's how I got Futaba because I had missed her banner originally. And so I put her down as my pity. And then when I hit my 110 pull, it was Futaba. And then I put Haru in there and that's how I got Haru. Oh, no. I picked Haru when she first, I can't remember if I got her when she first came out or not. Persona collab with Persona. What about the Persona 5X collab with Persona 5X? Get like super, what is that movie? Oh, fuck, what is that movie with Leo? Inception. Perception. Wind 4-star damage, I would do Morgana because Morgana's also wind. And I would do Leo if you have him. Leo will buff him, and then Morgana will help with the winded status on the enemies, and then Morgana's also a good healer. Ouroboros, let me look. So early game on, just run yourself Succubus. Let me show you Succubus. Here's how I have her built right now. So you get her at level 21, you can go and get her from the running your stamina, and you just run her. You need 1 copy of her, which you're probably going to get when you run it to break her level. And so I've already got her running. This is why you want her. Increase one ally's critical rate by 7%. For every 10% of the user's critical rate, increase the target's crit rate by another 1.2 up to 4.8 last 3 turns. So it's a 3-turn crit buff that is relevant all the way through the end game. And then in here, if you run the highlight on Joker, which you're probably not going to, on Wonder, not Joker, Wonder, you're probably not going to, but you increase party damage. It's not terrible. And then you'll have a curse damage. You're probably never going to use it unless you're running into cursed, teams. But literally, you are bringing her for Rebellion. So you're gonna have On with higher crit rate. On's gonna do On things, which is a ton of damage, and it's just gonna be better when she crits. My team until I can have my 3rd Persona slot is literally Yanosik and Succubus. Short of needing somebody different for Velvet Trials, that is not going to change. Try to make a joke in all chat about waiting for Sonic banner. Sonic is censored? Why in the world would Sonic be censored? Yeah, crit rate. It's the crit rate. It's the crit rate. My wife is upstairs. Chill. Just teasing. Okay. Can you help build a team if you don't mind? Dark, am I reading you right? You have 4 Jokers? That's your team. I mean, shit. If you have 4 Jokers, let me check his awarenesses. What did you get for doing that? Okay, so his awareness 1 isn't bad. Awareness 3, skill level. You're rocking pretty solid if you have 4 copies of him already. Yeah, that would be... Dude, you are dedicated. You are dedicated. I love Joker. I'm not pushing for a single awareness on him. With Joker, get yourself a sustain. So any healer, you could just use Cattle. And then your best pairing will be Rin. If you don't have Rin and you have Leo, use Leo. If you don't have Rin or Leo, I mean, I guess you could use Riddle if you have Riddle. I didn't realize how much I don't like Riddle until I got on the stream today. Otherwise, look for any other buffer that you might have. Where should you spend stamina? Okay, stamina. Let's go over that, guys. So you don't have that many options yet. At level 21, you open personas. This is your priority every time you open a new floor. So you can see 30, 40, whatever. You can open these new floors. Make sure you have a copy of every persona. That is your highest stamina priority until you get that done. That said, it's day 1.5, and I've already done all this. It took me a couple runs because half of these you're going to get just by playing the game. Like you get him, you get her just in the palace. So get these done. I would then tell you to make sure you max out your succubus. So if you have to run a second time to do that, fine, do it. If not, whatever. After that, the kind of way you want to look at it is these two things are more limited than any of these things. But you are going to hit times in your career here that you don't have enough books. You don't have enough weapon mats. So the way I do it is I kind of think of it from that perspective. I'm already almost out of these mats, and pretty soon I'm going to push everybody to level 30. So if I had to spend stamina right now, this is what I would choose because I know that roadblock's about to hit me. Granted, I'll get a ton of stuff in mementos in the palaces. So until you open personas, just come in here and I would just run one of these or check your book. Some of these books are going to say that you have to. So down here, it's going to say, do the gear forging one time. Do that to claim your book. Things like that. Oh, Dark, thank you. That is literally my first super chat ever. So thank you very much. Thank you. No one feel pressured to do that. I'm here to help you and to have fun, but dude, you're making my day. You are making my day. And then the other thing to look at is a banner coming soon that you know you're going to pull? Like when Queen comes out, going for Queen day 1. I will make sure I pull her on day 1. And so I'm going to check my resources and I'm going to ask myself, am I running low on a breakthrough material or the books or the weapon XP? And I'm going to like get her ready. And so if you have absolutely nothing, like if all your characters are the level you want them to at the moment, and you're like, I just need to burn, like I'll have to burn my stamina later tonight, then I would alternate these and maybe toss some of the skill upgrades in there. That's going to bottleneck you more than most other things. Don't ever run this. I don't think I've ever needed to farm these in all my entire KR career. I have run out of soul gems a lot, but the problem is it's not enough at the low levels. That's just not great. Maybe at level 80 I would consider it. I don't think I would touch it before then. Revelation cards, do not run these probably until level 70. Maybe you could argue 60. You just don't get enough gold cards early on to make it worth it. And you really don't need to optimize your cards until you are in endgame, period. You're going to get enough from mementos of the lower grades to help you start building sets. I know first super and first membership today. Like I am flabbergasted. How old am I? Flabbergasted. And this is like the 1950s. Over the moon, I guess is the other way I would say it. Soul gems, they feel like they're all over, but the second you start upgrading cards in particular, you will melt those. Like they will absolutely disappear. Let me see. Was there anything else? So, okay. Everyone, reminder. This is my first stream today. I get a split responsibilities between work, family, and streaming. My wife is being gracious and she's like, I know the game launched today. Go stream, have fun. And so I'm going to dip here in about 5-ish minutes and I will be back at about 9:30 my time. So I've already set up the stream. It's already on the YouTube. It's waiting and ready for you guys. And I will likely stream until about 11:30 and I'll close things up around 11:30 and hopefully get to bed before midnight. Yeah, Doc, I'm not time travel. I'm just old. I'm an 80s baby, friends. I'm an 80s baby. I don't know. Have you guys have seen my background in in YouTube, but let me show you something. This is my home office, and I have 3 more arcade machines around the corner in my basement. I am a huge 80s arcade gamer, 80s, 90s. I grew up in arcades, and so I'm actually super nerdy, hence the 16-bit bear having different meanings. But yeah, I'm a super old school gaming nerd. But he has redeemed 100 or 1 million picnic baskets. Yeah, yeah. Hey, boo boo. Before you leave, of course, Dark. Any tips for what I say? Let me go back to your tips. What did I miss? Any tips for what I say? Dark Gara. Let me scroll up in my chat there, buddy. What did I miss? Okay, are you talking about the team for four jokers? That kills me, man. 4 jokers, no Mona. Is that the question you're asking for? And if it is, just I need to know what else you have. So give me an idea of your 4 stars. Okay, perfect, Dark. So do me a favor. I may have missed it, so forgive me if I did. But drop me your 4 stars. Oh, you want a Neo Geo machine? Hold on. 1 second. That is a Neo Geo Mini, which I can plug into my TV and or just use it as it is. And it has 50 games on it. It's got like the Samurai Showdown games. It's got Metal Slug, man. That's a game. It has so many games on it. It's so flippin' fun. So Dark, I will tell you. So I'll walk through while I wait for you to kind of give me your roster there. Your Joker team, your best Joker team is Joker plus Rin, and then either more buffing or sustain. It depends on the content you're in. Like when I run through a regular dungeon, until you get to a boss, you probably don't need heals. And so if I had Leo, I would toss Leo on that team. But then when you get to, yes, Metal Slug, that guy, that's the game. When you get to a boss, you're going to need sustain. And so that's where I would sub in, because you don't have Morgana, just put Cattle in there. Cattle will be fine. There's not a fire synergy with Joker like there is with An, but there's also not a wind synergy either. The reason I like Morgana better is because winded status decreases defense by, I think, 12%. Let me double check. It's like 12 or 12.2. Yeah, 12%. So it's another defense decrease, but Cattle has good heals. Cattle can apply burning, which is then like a dot is health over time. So he's still good. Don't get me wrong. It's just I have a preference towards Morgana. If you don't have any of them, who else would I put with Joker? So if I had none of those people, it would be Joker, it would be Cattle. So those 2. So you would need a third. And this is where it helps to know your roster, because Soy's really good there. He has 2 defense downs. You alternate his so his actual gun attack creates a defense down, and smash hit gives a really good defense down. He's phenomenal. I really like that character. He was my second pull in KR. Kyo does nothing. He would be the next best to put in there. Did you play? No, yeah, Pale God. I've played KR for like 7 odd months, something like that. So you guys know where I took my account to KR. I have only stopped playing actively when the new palace came out because I wanted to save that palace for global. I still am in the Discord for it. I still keep up with the community. Blade Surfer, if you know him from his guides, I'm literally in his Discord. And I still follow all the patches and content. So I may not be actively playing it now that I'm switching to global, but I still keep up on all the characters, all the powers, who's meta, tier lists. What do you do in Tartarus? Like all that stuff is still with me, but I know so much about the game because I've been playing it for quite some time. So Dark, yeah, drop me your people, just so I know and I can help guide your team. But without knowing your team, that's what I would recommend you build. And if you have none of that, you can go with Riddle if you have her. It's just she works. She's just hard to slot in, and she doesn't get ramped up as fast as Leo does. That's really her big issue. Um, would you recommend pulling Yui? No, honestly. What's interesting about Yui is it makes Closer like a sub DPS for her. Closer empowers Yui, but Yui's just okay. She's not amazing, and you don't really see her outside of a true need for like electric content, but she's cute. I mean, she's got a cool design. I kind of want her just for her design, less so for her kit. Um, Summer Closer is fantastic. If you're not getting Joker, I would probably strongly recommend you get Summer Closer. I suspect they will release that banner early. Um, Dude, Billy, thank you. Two of you, you guys are insane. Thank you. Thank you for the support. You have no idea what an old guy who wanted to be a content creator when YouTube first came out. Yes, I'm that old. Uh, just seeing support, like what that means to me, even just watching is incredible to me. So Billy, absolutely thank you. You have all the 4 stars. Dude, you have a solid roster. Okay, Dark, if you have all the 4 stars, your team, when you need heals, is Joker, Cattle, Leo. Leo is your most important 5-star weapon, period. Outside of Joker. Don't go spending on the weapon banner to get it. But whenever you do the weapon banner, what I want you to do, and he's going to come up and tell me he's got his 5-star watch, is put it as one of your consolation prizes. Okay? Like I said, I have it as a consolation prize. I don't even have the character. Like, it's that good. So, when it happens, but that's your most important 5-star weapon at this point for the standard characters. Pale God, no lie, I'll probably pull Yui just because I think she's cool. And also, just so you guys know, this is kind of like my new game plus. I'm going to be running teams that you're probably not going to see other content creators, at least most of them, run, because they're going to be considered somewhat suboptimal. And that's because I have most of the optimal teams on KR and I can run them. I've done it. It destroys content. I'm missing a couple like Howler, but I've done that. I've had fun. Now I want my Ryuji team. I want Ryuji and Leo. So many people will tell you not to touch Ryuji. I'm going to play the crap out of him. Yui is still fun. I'm just saying that she's not meta. She's fun. I would still like to use her. I will be running a Fox team. I will probably really push hard for Cherish for my Fox team. So you're going to see me, especially if you jump in streams when I stream, playing teams once I get enough mats to get these teams going that are just for the pure fun. Because here's a grand secret of Persona 5X. Unless you want to be number one in the leaderboards and are spending money to do so, there's no PvP. There's nothing you have to do in this game that is so hard that you need the absolute meta team. Tartarus is the hardest content in the game. And that one, you're not using your team to get through it. Doesn't even matter. The next hardest mode, which isn't out yet, is Astroglobe. That one, you need a wider team, and it does help to have a couple meta picks there. I'm not going to lie to you. It does help to have a couple meta picks there. Violet trashes the single target stages in that one. But you're still going to have a curse dealer, a fire dealer, a debilitator, a support. Like, I'm going to be playing the stupidest teams because I think it's fun, and this game will allow you the freedom to have fun. There will be a few challenging stages, yes. There's a couple bosses that have stupid gimmicks that piss me off. Fine. It's Gacha. It is what it is. Please have fun with your teams. Please find people you like. Okay, yeah, same. I like Yui's design. After 26, I have no quests or anything, but need to hit level 30. Ju, you are probably going to be stuck with just using your daily stamina. There's a couple places this is going to hit everybody. You're in the first. The second one is going to be around level 50 for sure. And then the leveling slows down the most between 60 to 80. That is when I remember I was actually, so you guys see Showtime Doc in the chat. He's a friend of mine. We were playing together at KR. and when we first started, and I remember pinging him in Discord because I had hit level 60, and it was such a push from like maybe 58 to 60, and it came down to exactly what we're talking about, which is I had to just burn my daily stamina. And that's actually when I first really dipped into some of my stamina pots just to push it over. Don't burn your stamina pots now. It's not worth it. And then the 60 to 80, it's just a much slower grind. But a lot of the content is scaled to you, so it doesn't feel that way. It's really when like, oh, I just really want to be max level. Not much else you can really do there. But keep an eye out for anyone looking. The places you get your quest that is this here. So you'll occasionally get quests popping up here. The book, if you have not been focusing on the book, they all give this XP. So if you have stamina or there's something you can do that's relevant to the book, like a lot of this is raise 2 personas to rank 2 or higher level. So Jew, I don't know if you've been doing your book. This is a good place to farm. You can see I'm already in step 3. I'll focus on this tonight when I come back on the stream. Also your dailies, make sure you do your dailies because you get this. Okay. So those are the biggest places. Something else, guys, this is going to be my last tip. So really quick, just let me go back. Dark Guard, did I answer your question? I don't want to leave you hanging, friend. Hopefully I've given you enough to build a team. If not, just drop in the chat before I go. About the persona skills, can you give a quick guide? Yes. Give me 2 minutes. I'll give it that. I can give you guys about 4 more minutes, and I got to run upstairs and have dinner with the family. And then again, I am streaming tonight at 9:30. I will be back. So if you're up that late, find me. As you do your dailies, some of it actually goes to your bag. Check this out. A lot of you probably don't realize you have this right now. I have 2 4-star weapons. Okay, so if I use this right now, I could pick. I'm not going to pick Ans because I'm going to pick her 5-star later. I have 2 4-star weapons waiting for me. I have 3-star weapons, less important, but I have them. You get this, random gift sets. Every time you do stuff in your daily and sometimes in other content, you get these. They will sit here unclaimed. But watch, I'm just going to max use them. So I'll use all 8. I just got weapon coins for 4 stars and some parts and some more parts, whatever, leveling stuff. So come in here and check for your stuff. Again, Minami's gift set. You get these from doing her city tasks. I'm going to use these. Check it out. These I can use to rank up her confident faster. Nasty. Sorry, I've never seen this item before translated like that. I'm going to drink me some nasty in the metaverse, friends. Don't burn your stamina pots yet. Please wait until you're like level 60, or if you really have to break through something. And then food, you just use in the metaverse. It's the only place you can use it. So please check your bag. I bet a bunch of you in chat right now don't know you have 4-star weapons waiting for you. Free upgrades, friends. Free upgrades. Persona skills. Okay, this is going to be the last thing I can answer, and then I gotta go eat dinner. My kids and wife will be very mad at me if I don't join them soon. So let's see. Personas and specifically skills, the way personas work. And if you want to come back later, I'll give a bigger detail on this. Personas are 3 places. You get them in palaces. You get them in by using your stamina at those 10 level increments I showed you. And you get them by fusing. So I fused everyone I could early. I already have an Ouroboros, so I'm not going to fuse them right now. But let's say I wanted to make Yakasini. I would need a Jack-o'-lantern coin and a Hue Post-Seal. This is basically I need a duplicate. This just means duplicates. I can get them from the shop using blue coins. I can get them, some of them, just by playing in palaces. He comes from palaces. I think she does too. There's a lot of places to get these. And you can see like how to get. And then look, boom, I can defeat jack-o'-lanterns randomly, or I can go and get them with medals. So, this actually does help guide you. So in one way or another, you're going to acquire your persona, whomever it is. Let me, for the sake of my friends here, I'm going to level Lena Side. Okay. So to do that, I would come into my VIP services. Actually, is there anyone else I would want more? No, she's side damage. We're going to run with her. Whatever. I'll burn some mats for you guys. So you come in here, you enhance. Now I can level her. So I'm going to burn some of these resources. Actually, yeah, I've got 84. That's fine. Now she's level 30. Okay. Because I leveled her, she is now unlocking skills. And I can come to change skills, and if I had more, I can swap them out. She doesn't at the moment, so I can't. Okay. Then I can click this, and if I had a duplicate of her, or you get a very limited amount of regents, and there's like other versions of this, I could consume one of these and give her a breakthrough. Now she has one card in the corner, it means I can break through one time. If she had 5, it means I can break through her 5 times. So some of your higher level personas have multiple breakthroughs, particularly the ones at endgame, like Dionysus, probably the biggest used persona on everyone's team. I can't break her through, but I would just break her through and level her again. That just makes her higher level, better stats. Some of your persona stats go to wonder, so it is important. Then, if I want to teach her a skill, so now I want something she doesn't have. So let's go down here. Is there anything I have a lot of? I don't think so. So I'm not going to press the button, but I'm going to show you what to do. So I could pick Matador, and if I hit training, it's going to consume one of these seals, and randomly I will get one of these 3 moves. I can't control that. This is random every single time I press the button. So I can consume a coin and maybe get Psi Boost, maybe get Resist Forget, maybe get Mapsy. And then once I have that extra skill, when I go back to her, oops, it's not there. It's here, I can change my skill. So I would have it sitting like right here. And then I could be like, oh, I don't want Racunda. That was actually a smart one to make because that's a defense down, isn't it? Yeah, I'm randomly glad I made her. So thanks for suggesting this. But I would have to take something off because she only has 3 slots. She doesn't have these ones. I would have to get rid of something to get something. And then let's say this does happen at endgame. Let's say you're trying to get a specific skill and you go through like 20 coins and you're not getting it. You will eventually have to pick something and forget it. You won't care because you weren't getting what you wanted anyways. So I hope that answered your question, Dark. Give me like a thumbs up or something if it did. Lufel, Joker, and Leo, I'm hoping is the dude you're talking about. Yeah, that's your team. That's your team. If you get Rin, put Rin in there. But otherwise, that's your Joker team. Nesty, yeah, Showtime. I don't know. I think Nasty's kind of funny. It's like, I'm Joker. Call me Wonder if you're nasty. I don't know. Is it true you need to pay premium gems to reset confidant levels? Yes, it is. Well, specifically, Honked, it's not resetting their levels. It's getting rid of your romance. So you can only romance one person at a time. And then if you decide, this ain't the chick for me, cool. But you have to pay premium currency to break your relationship and then get somebody else. Kind of like real life. If you want to break up with your partner, she getting some alimony, man. She getting some child support. I'm just saying. I mean, maybe they're just trying to imitate life there. Only way to get Joker, yes, you have to pull him with premium currency. Well, with meta gems. Or the limited tickets, the platinum tickets. She's super far off, but Kasumi is my favorite unit, Nick. You will synergize her with Cord, Futaba, or Anj. Anj is even later. Cord, Futaba, and Miriam is your best team for her. You could argue maybe Howler in exchange for Miriam, but Miriam's Bless, so it pairs well with Futaba. Okay, any point to keep, it doesn't matter. The dating is just for you get like an extra frame where they have a heart. Maybe some dialogue choices are different. It doesn't do anything gameplay-wise. Okay, friends, I love you all. I'm 15 minutes late to dinner. I have to keep my wife and kids happy. I am back at 9:30 tonight, plus or minus 5 minutes. So come back if you're around. I will answer more questions. I am going to do some gameplay, though. I'm going to get through as much of the palace as I possibly can. And that's the plan. We're going to push palace. We're going to level up. We're going to talk. We're going to have some fun. To all of you, thank you for joining the community. You've been beyond my wildest dreams. A couple of you donated super chat. I saw some people join memberships. That is beyond my wildest dream. So thank you for that. You have no idea how much that makes an old guy happy. So thank you. I got to draw this to a close. I will see you guys at 9:30 tonight. And if not, hopefully I see you soon. Please take care of yourselves. Good night, everybody.